Someone's probably who goes to LoopNet or Crexy or any of these websites, and they see the prices that they're currently operating at, even the value adds, and they run their calculations when they're doing their underwriting or fancy math, as you call it. They're gonna be like, holy shit, this thing's super overpriced, right? So do you ignore the price that's on there, or how do you treat that?
So this is how I look at it, right? Is I'm seeing a lot of brokers that are, if we think of those three levers, right? Occupancy, rent rate, and expenses. I'm seeing brokers that know what they're doing. So they're making the same assumptions for the optimized NOI as I am, right? Like I'll do all the work and I'll look what these brokers are putting in their pro forma. The pro forma is a fancy word for saying my best guess, right? Brokers are saying their best guess for the optimized NOI is almost the same exact number I'm coming up with, right? So brokers are going like, hey, we're aligned. I see the opportunity here. You see the opportunity here. We agree what this facility can do, okay? But then the next part of the question, it goes like this, is does the broker then take that optimized NOI and try to price it at a 5 cap or a 6 cap and basically says like, hey, I'm not going to leave any meat on the bone. I'm just going to swing for the fences here. Or does the broker say, hey, I see the opportunity here, but I know it's going to take you a bunch of work to get there. So instead of pricing it at a 5 or 6 cap, I'm going to price it at a 7 or 8 cap. Okay. So that's where it starts coming in is this broker just trying to say, hey, there's a bunch of opportunity here, so I'm going to charge you for it? Or is the broker saying, hey, there's a bunch of opportunity here, but I know you're going to have to do a bunch of work. So we're going to leave a bunch of meat on the bone for you. Okay. This is a long answer, but then there's another group. Okay. Those are kind of the sophisticated brokers. There's another group of brokers that have no effing idea what they're doing. They have none. They're completely clueless. And these are people, I mean, selling like $2 and $3 million assets. They have no idea how to evaluate a property. They work for what's called a commercial brokerage, but it's really, they will sell anything. They're probably primarily selling houses. And they're just like, hey, make an offer. Like they're friends of the family and they listed it with me and they made an offer, or they're saying make an offer, but they have no idea. What you can, if you go on LoopNet, half the people will be sophisticated brokers and the other half of the people will have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. And that's either going to probably work in your favor or make the deal impossible, right? Because then they're like, well, the land is worth this or that, right? And like, listen, it's worth what it produces. It's a freaking storage facility. It's a business, right? It's all about cash flow. But there are people that are sitting on storage facilities that maybe have a crappy broker, and maybe that thing produces $100,000 in net operating income, but the land it's sitting on is not worth anything, and they will underprice it. Like that is out there, but those are relatively hard to find because they get gobbled up by a cash buyer, I'm assuming pretty quick, but it's definitely possible.
Thanks for listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Greyline Investments, where we talk about how to find, fund, and finish deals from anywhere in the world.